and we are live from Ocean City, Maryland. We take this family vacation every year, and this has been so special because last year I was here. We had just launched my book, Wilted Flowers, and now we are here. We just launched my podcast. Yay! I am so excited to talk to you guys again. Like every week, I look forward to what we're going to talk about next, and it's so exciting. And you might see the background is a little bit different this time. And I thought I'll wait until we get back from the vacation to shoot. But every time I see the ocean, I just get a new wave of creativity. So I was like, why not? So today, we're going to talk about you and me. Very important. How do I tell my partner about my trauma? I have so many people have asked me this question again and again and again that I don't know how to tell my spouse, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my partner about my trauma. So here are the four things I would say. First, know how important this is. When you have trauma, you might have taught or from the world or from your parents, from your childhood, that it's better to just put a lid on it, put it in a box, and just think that you never had any of that. Just let it go, just forget. I will tell you this, that's the worst advice anyone can give you. That's the worst advice anyone can give you. When you bottle up that trauma, it comes up in weird places. It's like a word vomit that's coming out of you, and you do not know what's happening. I'll give you some examples and see if you relate. Whenever you fight with your spouse, if you have abandonment issues, if your parents did not give you emotional love, and if your partner becomes silent or give you the silent treatment, you might feel like the whole world is crumbling down. Coming from my experience, when my husband and I started dating 11 years ago, and we used to fight on something, him coming from his trauma, he was like, I just want to turn everything off. I cannot handle this. And he used to give me silent treatment. And it used to trigger me so much that I used to lose it. I used to crash out. I used to feel that he abandoned me. Seriously. And I never realized how much crashing, like how much dysregulated it used to make me feel. And then years later on, when I became a mother and I finally realized what's happening, what are the different things, how is this whole childhood stuff or the trauma stuff affects us on day-to-day life, then I realized, oh my God, that was so bad. That was so toxic of me. Like, it was really bad, guys. So the first thing is for you to realize how important it is for you, how important it is for your relationship to talk about your trauma, to talk about the bad things that happen, because you might not even realize what's triggering you, but your spouse, your partner will definitely realize that something is off. Okay, so that's the first step. You realizing you need to talk about this to your partner. Second, now you understand the impact. So you understood that if you do not talk to your partner about this, it can impact your relationship negatively, right? So now we come to the third thing. You know you have trauma. You know you need to talk about it. How do we want to talk about it? Simple. First, both of you need to be in a good state. I am not saying that when you had a big fight, you start talking about your trauma then. Your partner will not be in a stable mood to consume it and give you the output that you need. Because some of the things that I tell to my partner whenever I'm feeling triggered, I'm feeling something that is not normal for me. I need to spend some time with myself. And once I'm calm and I've figured it out, I'll talk to you about it. It feels very cringe for some reason. When I started doing it, I used to feel, who the hell do I think I am talking about, I need space, give me some time to regulate me emotionally. But that's how it is. That's how it is. You need yourself to be calm and your partner to be calm so that they can understand where you're coming from. So that's the first thing. You both need to be in a good mental state. Second, you still with me? You're listening? Second, you do not need to share everything at once. Share what feels safe in that moment. If there are 5 things that happened that were really bad, 5 things that happened, if you feel ready to share one of it, tell him or her or anyone, your partner, hey, a lot of things happen. Today, I just want to talk about this thing. And if I feel safe, I might continue talking. And if I feel like I am not feeling myself again, I might stop here and we will continue it some other day. Okay? So we are at 2 things. One, you need to be both of you in a good mental state. Second, you do not need to share everything. Just share what feels safe in that moment. Third, this is very important. Stay with me. Third one is what would be the best thing you want your partner, how they should react. Do you want them to just listen and give you a hug at the end? Do you want them to provide you advice? Do you want them to share if you're venting and bad mouthing someone, which is totally okay? Do you want them to be with you, take your side? You need to lay out the rules, babe. If you're feeling triggered, for example, if something happened in your childhood, your mother said something, your dad did something that was horrible and it still traumatized you. You told that to your husband and your husband said, but they were going through so much, you should understand. You will crash out coming from experience. You will crash out. You will be like, you are the one person in the whole wide world who should be on my side and you are not understanding me. You're telling me to be understanding. That's how you want to play it. It will make you go back to your shell. So bad. So bad. And it will take you sometimes months, weeks, sometimes years to come out of that shell again. And this is not, guys, this is not how, especially from men, I have seen how they grew up. That's also their kind of trauma that they do not realize it. No one gave these men how to regulate their own emotions and understand emotions. So their first path is to just run away from it, and they want you to run away from these emotions as well. I cannot tell you how many years my husband and I worked on our emotions and the triggers that we feel, the communication. Right now, if I tell my husband something, we talk about it for hours. But it took us years. As I told you, when we started dating, when we used to fight, he used to give me the silent treatment because he doesn't know, he's not doing that to hurt me. He just doesn't know how to make heads or tails of his own emotions. How will he help me figure out my emotions? And then we had to slowly go over that thread and like loosen the grip on that thread. And then he realized this is because he was never taught any sort of emotional regulation. Right? So, what are the 3 things? One, how important it is. You both need to be in the good mental state. Second, only share what you think is good, what you feel is safe. Third, what would be the best outcome? Say it loud with your mouth. Say it 5 times, 10 times. Babe, I need you to understand. I am looking for a hug. I am looking for a shoulder to cry on. I am looking for vent. I do not want you to advise me how to correct it. I do not want you to advise me how to correct it. That's so important because guys go into this protective mode that my partner is feeling hurt. How can I correct it? And I had to tell this to my husband so many times that, babe, I just want to feel. I want you to feel with me. All I'm looking for is a hug and someone to listen to me and maybe understand. I will make head or tail of it. That's all I want you to do is listen and try to understand, and do not give me any advice to forget or let it go. You have to speak those words. I know it feels cringe when you first start doing it, but it would be so good for your relationship. I'll tell you, if this is one thing that you take away from me, my content from my page, open communication and using these steps, it helped me so much. Okay. Now, fourth, fourth, sometimes you need to, in your head, think through, relate it to an incident. So I'll tell you, babe, I realized that I was feeling overstimulated with the kids in the morning, and I took it out on you. I screamed it on you because sometimes I feel, because of my childhood trauma, I do not want to show that side of me, the overstimulated, angry mom, to my kids. And you, being my safe person, became my punching bag. I totally understand. It's not okay. I am working on it and I apologize. Related to an incident that, babe, when we fought and you did not respond to my text, or you went to sleep in the other room, I cried the whole night because I felt the same abandonment and emotional abandonment from my parents growing up during that time. And then ask your partner, do you do this? If they want to talk. If they don't want to talk, you can talk about it the next time. Okay. So these four things, if you do, and I'm going to summarize them again. One, both of you in a good mental state. Second, only share what feels good for you. You do not have to share everything. Start with something small, build up on that. Third, what will be the best outcome that you feel in this moment for your partner to say or do? Are you looking just to vent? Are you looking for advice? Do you want them to correct it for you? Or they just want them to just listen? And fourth, tag it to an incident so they also understand that how important it is for all of us. So that's what I had for today's episode. I know it might be short, but the kids are waiting for me at the beach. I'm just gonna go ahead and have some fun. But don't be a stranger, guys. I want you to comment. I want you to DM me. Tell me what's working out. Was it good advice? Did you follow it? Did you not follow it? You guys are my community. You guys are like my family. Everything that I have today in this area is because of you guys. So don't be a stranger. I love when I get a DM. I love when I get comments. I try to respond as much as I can. And if you have not already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I love you guys. Bye.